Hey guys, it's Jag. Welcome back to the arcade. Let's get back to just another game, The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. And now that we have settled pretty much all of the problems of Maid Village for now, I think it's time to head out in the big wide world and head for the prairie. Now, this is the Dream Shrine. I will show it off, but we can't do too much in here yet. As you can see, there's just a bed. If we go to sleep in the bed, we find ourselves in an interesting little mini dungeon with these kind of guys that look a lot like Kirby enemies wandering around mimicking our moves. Now, we can handle them in one or two packs, but they do a lot of damage. If you touch them, they take a full 3 hearts. So we don't really have the health or the items we need to get through here, because these cracked floors really start taking over the further up you go. We're gonna have to come back to this later. We need a particular item that will really help us out. And believe me, on my practice file, I wanted to see if I could sequence break. I'm sure somebody better than me can do it. I wanted to see if we could sequence break and get that item early, but I couldn't make it all the way around the perimeter. I just kept running into too many mobs that I could not avoid and dying. So that's a little bit too bad. But now we have 2 new things available for sale in the shop. The bow and arrow set for 980 rupees, and bombs for a much more reasonable 10 rupees. Let's grab these. 10 bombs, 10 rupees. Let's buy them. Thanks a lot and come again. So now, even though you're not told directly, you have access to bombs. This is kind of like, you don't actually get it as a dungeon item. You just, hey, the store has bombs for sale. You should buy them. Yahoo! I'm fine, and you? Okay, have fun sweeping. So anyway, now that we have bombs, we should go back to the Tail Cave. Remember that cracked wall way back in the Tail Cave that kept us from a treasure? Clearly now we can take care of that. God, I love this art style. It's like playing around in a tiny little diorama. It really is. They do such a good job with this. And I'm having a ton of fun. I love pretty much everything I've seen about this game so far. I don't love the keys. I don't love the mole dorms. Nah, that's okay. I actually do. In their own way, they're still part of the charm. Alright. Lift. Chunk. I think if you lift a bomb, you can hold onto it indefinitely. See, the fuse isn't lit. So yeah, it seems like there's not a timer. You could blow yourself up if you held onto a bomb while it was still lit. You found a secret seashell, but what do you do with it? We collect it, and that clears out the Tail Cave. So now we have all the treasures. Looks good. Looks nice and clean. But what do we do with all these secret seashells? Well, I could tell you. Or I could just show you, because it's going to be fairly soon. With that in our pocket and the Tail Cave completely done, now we will head out of Maid Village and into the big wide world at last! Finally, we can actually start exploring. The kids are happy again. They're enjoying their ball. You guys have fun. Bow Wow's enjoying being leashed in his front yard. I guess he'll have fun. Oh, did I show this off? Hit a dog. It bites you. I think I did show that off, but just in case. Animal abuse is repaid in kind. I also want to say that this might be the first Zelda where they introduced the concept of cuckoo attacks. I'm not for sure, but I think that might be the case. Alright, we can finally do what child me never did. We can leave the village. East, Ukuku Prairie. Further east, Animal Village. Alright, I want to check out this cave first. Ooh, a treasure chest, and more importantly, a piece of heart. I am intrigued in both of these things. Feel like it's safest to go this way though. If you get hit while holding something, you will drop what you were holding on the enemy, which is good. Okay. Push this over here, push this down. Grab this skull, grab this piece of heart. You got a piece of heart. I think that might be our second one. No, first. That's okay. Now we're gonna come out and come immediately right back in. Kill the Zolls. We're gonna go all the way back around. Like this. We're gonna go this way. You guys can... Never mind. Now, what's in the chest? Purple rupee! Very nice. So we're up to 293 rupees, and we really won't have too much to spend them on until we buy the bow and arrow. Also, is there anything over here? I think that just leads to the graveyard, and we can't do much about that yet. So we're going to leave that alone. Also, this rock respawned very quickly. Now the Octoroks have wings. This might be the only time Octoroks can fly. It's kind of just as annoying as you thought it would be. And hey, look, another one of these symbols. Some strange energy is pouring from here. You should find out what it does. Alright. And now we have a warp system. Check this out. We can go to Dampe's shack and see what he wants to show us. He's been bugging us about this for a little while. Let's check it out. Also, what's this? Okay, that looked like a side entrance. Hello, Dampe. Hey, there you are. I want to show you something interesting. You gone poking into some of the ruins on this island, I can tell. I make little chambers based on those dungeons. Put some chambers in the slab back there and it turns into a real dungeon. How does that work, you ask? Who knows? But I want your help testing the limits of this thing. I want to hear about the dungeons you've seen. It inspires me to make new chambers for you. With a few chambers, you can make basic dungeons. With a bunch, you can make complicated ones. See if you can use what you got to finish the challenges I give you. Though you're not done once you finish arranging a dungeon, you gotta adventure through it too. I'm no designer though, and I'm no adventurer either. That's all up to you. I'll make the risk worth it. Impress me, and there's treasure in it for you. You look like you've been through a lot. Sit down and tell me about it. You got some new chambers. Slot them into the dungeon to see what's inside. What are you here for? Let's arrange. So you know how I was just talking about how this game is entirely like a diorama? Well, they went one further and made a diorama for you. Dungeon Arranging 101. I started this one already. Can you finish it? Make a path from the entrance to the Nightmare's lair. There's gotta be a stop along the way for the treasure chest. If a chamber's got an exit, you gotta connect it to another exit. Nobody wants an exit that goes nowhere. Alright, let's arrange. Take chambers from the menu on the right with A, then slap them on the tiles to the left with A. A lot of times you'll want a chamber with a particular set of exits, so that's how I divided them up. You can flip through the list with L and R. Alright. I need an exit to the right. Or an exit to the left, actually. Let's put this one down here. It's got treasure in it. The nightmare key is always going to be in the last treasure chest you open. Any extra chests around the dungeon will have rupees and such in them. Any exit in a chamber might turn into a locked door or shutter depending on what chamber you hook it up to. There are rules for which type of exit gets the right of way. You'll learn them pretty quick as you go. So I'm not going to do too much right away with this, but what I need here, let's do this one. Let's use as many chambers that have treasures in them as possible. Now I need one that, I might need a T-shape here. I got this one. Let's use this one here. Right, so that's my T intersection taken care of. Sometimes you think you're all set, but a chamber isn't turning from red to blue like it should. When that happens, press Y to check and see what the deal is. Alright, well this one's just because, you know, it doesn't have a path. There are two unconnected chambers. Not a big deal. Let's go back to a hallway that goes straight across, which we only have one of. And now we need this here. And we have a treasure dungeon. When the entrance lights up green, the job's done. Press A on the entrance to go adventuring through your shiny new dungeon. While you're on your adventure in the chamber dungeon, I'll set you up with all the bombs and such you'll need. After it's over though, you'll have whatever you had before. Well, that's good to know. Let's go check this out. Go adventuring. The goal of an adventure in this dungeon is to get to the end and beat the nightmare. Try not to run out of hearts before you get there. If you want to quit before an adventure is over, you can either leave through the entrance or choose quit adventuring from the system part of the plus subscreen. We're going to collect all this treasure we put down here. Now, this is actually... You might be shocked. This is actually a really good way to farm rupees. Because we start with 50 rupees. So we might end up getting that bow and arrow pretty quick. Although I'm not going to abuse this for rupees. I probably will show off a few of these challenges off and on as I go through Koholint Island. Another 50 rupees. Especially some of the more complicated ones that might be more fun to show off. Oh, I fell in the hole. I just wanted to show this basic one so that you guys could see what was added. Now in the GX remake, this was the camera mouse's shack, and this is where you learned how to use a camera, and you could print pictures on the Game Boy printer. In the original, I don't think it was anything. I think it was either like a minor NPC or just an empty house. I don't remember. It may not have been like any house. You got 50 rupees, very nice. So far, in these 3 rooms, we have gotten almost double our money. I'm not sure if the amount of rupees per chest is fixed by the room you use. Actually, no. Now I know it's not, because in my practice file, that was a red rupee, not a purple one. Oh, that's not going to help. In fact, that's going to blow me up. I need this. So we've already got 200 rupees from this one dungeon. It may not be my choice whether or not I'd use this for rupees, because we're up to 250. We have literally doubled our money in one run. This is kind of silly right here. I don't need to fight you again, so I'm not going to. And now this chest should be the nightmare key. So yeah, you can totally set as many rooms in here as you want, as fill them all with treasure, and then just come here and fatten up your wallet. There we go, there's the nightmare key. Now we can open the door to the nightmare's lair. It's conveniently right here. And we're fighting Moldorm again. Only this time with a lot more health. Also, I never got to really show this off in the original fight. If he knocks you down in the pit, there's a room underneath his room in the tail dungeon where you have to climb back out. Here, we're just gonna take a hit or two if we fall in the pit. So, it's not that big a deal. Oh, you zipped your tail out of the way. Well done, sir. Fourth hit, and you're done. Of course, we don't get another heart container for this because that would be silly. Dungeon Arranging 101 clear. What a show! There were times I swear you had one foot in the grave. A thrill like that deserves something from my collection in exchange. So we got some more tablets. We got a chamber. Slot it into the dungeon to see what's inside. The rupees you find around the dungeon are a little bonus from me. You can keep them once the adventure's over. Watching you down there gave me an idea for a new challenge. It's ready whenever you want it. What are you here for? We're gonna go ahead and quit. And I'll see you in a little while. But now that we've shown that off, it's back to adventure with a much fatter wallet. As we've been told, the prairie is calling. And the more dungeons that we do, the more chambers that we'll be able to unlock to go through his little challenges with. Ooh, a place to bomb. We'll do that right away. Ooh, hearts, I needed those actually. Ah, we can't do anything in here because we have those bouncy rocks. Oh, actually, we might be able to do something? Maybe. Let's push this. No, we can't push that. Alright, we're just gonna take dumb hits. Thank you, Spark. Okay, so we can't do anything with this yet. Alright, we'll come back to that. I think there's another cave nearby. Yeah, right here. Can we do anything in this one? Let's hope so. Kaboom! Ah, you're just a fairy, I say. As I need the health, let's heal your wounds and get rid of all that stress. Close your eyes and relax. Good to know there's a fairy fountain nearby with a free fairy if we ever have an empty bottle. Although I'm pretty sure we will only always have the one. And so if you didn't know you needed bombs before, here's your massive hint. You can't get past this cracked wall without one. You will never see another rock like that again. Not dealing with you. Oh, and of course now that we have bombs, we have to deal with this enemy that spits them at us. Which is really annoying. Alright, let's go down. Down and around. And over here, we have beautiful crystal clear water. And our next dungeon. Can't do anything about that at the moment. We will continue to explore this way. Ooh, a piece of heart. I very much want that. That is a lot of bushes. Wow, that is a lot of bushes. This dude has let his yard just go. Hello, sir.
Hi.
Salutations. You wouldn't know by the look of me, but I used to live in the castle. My servants went berserk, and I was forced to flee to my villa. So, you're looking for something, are you? I may have just what you're after. But first, I want you to retrieve the golden leaf I left behind in the castle when I fled. Okay. Smashing! To tell you the truth, there are 5 leaves, and I want them all. Okay, you'll need to do some digging, so buy a shovel. Are you off then? Good luck! So now we need to go to the castle because he has what we want. Richard's villa. And which way to the castle? Canalit Castle, 10 minutes to the right and up. Alright. Seems fairly close. We could probably get there in this episode and show off at least one or two more things along the way. That's my hope. That's my dream. I'm going to live it. You know, we haven't talked to Old Man Ulrira. We need to see how Grandpa's doing. Bring. Yeah, it's Ulrira. You haven't found the 5 golden leaves? Try bombing suspicious places. Hope that helps. Bye. Click. So that's a nice little hint if you do get stuck finding the leaves. I do know where they all are. But he's not wrong. You will have to bomb a couple of places to find them all. But in the meantime... time to battle. There. All these moblins, they are supposed to be in the woods. You are not in the woods. I demand you get back to where you belong. And stop stabbing me in the face. Well, hello. Seashell Mansion. Seashell Mansion. I am the spirit of the mansion. I have been waiting for someone, one who can overcome the darkness. Find the secret shells, then ascend the platform. You will receive the ultimate sword. Sounds like you should come back with lots of shells and try standing on the platform. Well, we do need to do that, but we can stand on the platform right now, and it will count how many shells that we have. If you have at least 5, you get a present. Which is a piece of heart. So, I'm not sure if you get a present every time, but we might come back here and check this pretty regularly. But I definitely think a piece of heart is worth finding 5 shells. So if you're not going to go for the sword, at least try to go for the piece of heart. You got a piece of power! Time to feel the energy flow through me! It's going to be completely wasted. Oh, speaking of shells, you found a secret seashell. If you collect a lot of these, there could be something in it for you. Also, what is this? Looks like a place to dig. Aha, now we have another warp point to the Seashell Mansion. That'll be useful. In the original, there are only 4 warp points, because there was really no need for more than that. Kiki the monkey. Bananas, bananas. Ooh, give to Kiki? Sure. Bananas, bananas. Ooh, Kiki. Monkeys, come, repay him. Kiki! Oh, Kiki! If you weren't aware, Ukiki is Japanese for monkey. Boing, 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 boing. Monkey business, done. Bye-bye. Ooh, Kiki. You found a stick a monkey left behind. You take it. Alright, now here's the thing. This trading sequence up to this point does not tell you it's required. This is your first hint that you have to do the trading sequence because you cannot get into Canalit Castle after that, or without doing that. So, that's why I've been kind of making a point to do the trading sequence, because I knew we would need this bridge. Next time, we're going to head to Canalit Castle and find the 5 golden leaves for Richard, and I'll see you then. Thanks for coming out and joining me today. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you. If you enjoyed what you saw, make sure you let me know by giving me that thumbs up. Leave me comments if you have them, and subscribe if you want to see more. Thanks for watching again, and I'll see you next time. Y'all have a great day. Later.